You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the podcast of my show. Remember, you can join me live every weekday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio, on Conroe's FM 106.1 and 104.5, and globally on irlonestar.com. If you're a big fan of my podcast, subscribe to my YouTube and SoundCloud channels, and you're always invited to my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. The Cindy Cochran Show is brought to you by our titled sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group. Call today for all your financial concerns, 936-449-5952. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. It is so exciting to be on a Tuesday because Tuesday means now we're into the week and, just it goes so fast from here. So Tuesday is Truthful Tuesday, and we will always want to tell the truth on this day. You always want to tell the truth every day, but today especially. And I just have a question, and so excited that you're on the Cindy Cochran Show and listening, but we've got Richard Schissler here with us. What an honor. And I got to ask you, Richard, since you're here early in the morning and late at night, is there a reason for all the yarn?
Yeah, there were a special guest yesterday. It's a nonprofit.
Is this, if you buy these, it's going to a charity? These are really...
Peyton Hart Project.
Look how pretty they are.
They were on Conroe Culture with Margie Taylor.
First, I thought they were a bunch of booties. And I mean that in the best sense of the word, Jake, the intern, you young person, you. These are little shoes for babies. I thought that's what it was. And I thought you were trying to tell us something, Richard. I thought, oh, how cute. So anyway, somebody's been knitting their heads off. That is beautiful. Okay. Anyway, so today is Truthful Tuesday, and we're going to tell the truth and truthfully how you feel about something. Except me, I'm the only one that can't tell how I feel about something. I can only issue a statement about what's going on. And there is a lot going on, and I just have to talk about it. But first, I'm going to talk about the fluff side of things. Ryan Seacrest. Everybody knows who Ryan Seacrest is? Okay. He's now taken the place alongside Kelly on the Ryan, and it's called Ryan and Kelly Show, or Kelly and Ryan. Yeah, she's first. Kelly and Ryan Show. And it's been so long awaited for this guy to come on, somebody to take Michael Strahan's place. And so he's taken his place. He's so well known. He knows everybody in town. And today he had his first flub, I believe, as her co-host. This actor comes on. Now, I don't know the names of these guys, but he's a well-known character actor, very well-known. Ryan Seacrest says, hi, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. Wow, you know, the hug and everything. And then they were talking about a new movie he's in. And Ryan says, but you'll always be known to me as that creepy, scary guy on Ghost. And you're in the subway on Ghost. That's how I'll always know you. And the guy looks at him and goes, oh, no. And Kelly's going, why no? And he goes, oh, you're going to be so embarrassed. And I had to turn the TV off as he's saying, that wasn't me, because I knew it wasn't him. It was another guy. This is so ugly. And this is who Ryan Seacrest mistook him for. So I just couldn't do it. Sometimes, have you ever, you turn the TV off because somebody starts singing or they're doing something really stupid, and you can't see it. You just cannot see it happen to them.
Did Kelly bite off his head today? I mean, for making that mistake?
No, see, that's what I mean. I shut it off. I
think she's the one that usually makes the mistakes.
Yeah.
So she's probably happy that.
Well, she's the one who usually drives off the guys. So the co-host.
Yeah. They don't get along well. But Ryan Seacrest is they've been friends for a long time.
Well, I feel like Ryan Seacrest is the greatest villain.
The greatest what?
Fill-in. He's all over the place on TV, and he's never. I mean, what did he start as? Did he do TRL on MTV?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where did he get his start? Because I know he did radio.
And
then he
right
went
now
into American Idol.
He's into everything.
He was the host, the original American Idol.
American Idol has been his say, and now that ABC is bringing it back, and he's going to host that, and he finds that out after he's already committed to being on Kelly's show, and now he's going to have to figure out, how do I go back and forth between New York and LA and make this all happen. So if she loses another one, that'll be pretty funny. Because it took like forever, and we went through everybody. But he's so good because he's very good at hosting. He's very professional at it. He knows what to say and all that, and he does know a lot of these stars already. But today he messed it up, and so. But I think I have to watch them every day. I just listen to it. I turn it on while I'm getting ready because they're my clock. I know when they start this part of the show is going to. I need to be here, and I better be ready, and I better have this done. Until Richard texts me, and throws off my whole morning, because I go, I forgot to text him back and tell him I didn't. Ron was not going to be able to be here today from the Red Brick, but hopefully this week he'll be here and talk food. I love to talk food, so I do want to have that happen. Jake, I'm so glad you're here.
I know. I missed you yesterday.
I know. I missed you being here. It wasn't that Richard didn't do a great job, but I don't think you've experienced any of the whodunits with Lieutenant Bob, have you?
Surprisingly, no, I have not.
Wait till you're going to be interrupting me all the time, saying, "Yeah, but what about did you find out if there was any any powder on his hand? Was he the one that actually shot the gun?" And that kind of thing.
I'm addicted to that ID channel. Have you ever watched the ID channel?
I watch ID, Forensic Files, Snapped, and everything that has to do with that.
Detective Joe is my favorite on there. The one from, what's the small town in Colorado?
There's so many.
Oh, I know. There's so many. It's like one of the biggest crime capitals in the United States, and it's a small little town. It's hilarious.
Well, I think that in 48 hours, 48 hours was a good idea. In fact, Lieutenant Bob said that's the closest to the truth of what goes on than any of the ones that he watches. But he laid out he's laid out some gruesome crime scenes, and I get to ask him about things that are so gross, like a neighbor called and said they hadn't seen this person. So it's been a couple of days. This is in summertime. And they go over, and I said, and he said, and you could tell he was trying to be real nice about it. And I said, but was it the smell that gave you the hint that there's been foul play as you walked up to the door? And he goes, yeah, it's pretty evident at that point. And I said, so when the body has been dead for that long, exactly what is, I start trying to ask him those questions, and he usually goes, that's not good for breakfast talk, So
yeah, I'll have to curb my enthusim there with that show, because I know I'll get way too into it, and I'll be asking for every little detail.
It's so much fun. And Deanie Harmon is the other person that comes on Mondays. Normally, she won't be able to get back until I think end of June or July, but she's got 25 years in the HPD, and she's undercover, narcotics undercover. She's one of the first women that was doing that kind of thing.
She doesn't still do that, does she?
No. She's retired, but she has all these stories, and that's what I wanted, and she's got great stories.
Because if she still did it, I would be like, yeah, we probably shouldn't disclose that she's an undercover agent.
Exactly. And boy, she still says that today she's driving down the freeway, and if there's anybody that's pulled over, or she sees something that she sees something that looks kind of nefarious, she'll go like, I think I'll have to check this out. She says, I have that pull. I have that feeling like I need to help. I need to get out and do stuff. And I don't have one day of experience with the HPD or anything like that, but I have that same feeling like I need to go help them. I'm the one that can make this all happen and make it right. I don't know whether my mother gave me that kind of feeling, but that I feel like I've got to pull over and find out what I could do to help. And it's and I've done some really stupid things that I could have been killed, been beat up, and disposed because I got in the middle of other people's business. And it's like, shut up, you're
Dispose of you, Cindy? I don't think that's possible.
Well, it would be hard, but after I let them have it for what I thought of them and that kind of thing, they just wouldn't want to deal with me because I'm so bad about that. But I do not like to see anybody like I remember seeing fights, kids having fights on somebody's front yard. And I hate to see people fighting. That just makes me sick in my stomach. I can't stand that. And so I drove my car up into the yard, and it was a bunch of kids surrounding the kids fighting. But I drove my car up, and I'm honking, and so they could stop fighting, and they turn around like, "What is going on? Somebody's about to kill us!" And they all stop, and they want to and they start coming around the car, and I goes, "Stop this fighting right now! I will pay you $10, and I'll pay you $10 if you stop the fighting right now." And they go like, "Hey, sure." And so I gave them $10, and the others they were all mad at me for stopping the fight, and doing this. But that's how I'd roll.
Are you worried that they're not going to, fight more often and expecting a crazy lady to come give them $10 to stop?
Yeah, I didn't live in the neighborhood. I know they didn't recognize me from being in the neighborhood, but they are like, "What is she about to do?" And in fact, I had to do the same thing this morning. Their dogs came over into our yard. These big dogs came over into our yard, and I'm leaving. And what's great about being on property is I could go off of my driveway and drive on the land, and I'm honking the horn and trying to corral the dogs to get back on their side of the street. And I am just honking, and I'm glad nobody looked out the window and saw me. And the dogs are going like, "Oh my gosh, she's going to kill us." And so they ran back over into their side of the street, and it was fine. But that's what's fun about living where there's excuse me, I didn't get the button in time. But living in the country, I love that part of it. Okay, now we're going to talk about Tuesday. We're going to talk about something that's going on. Everybody's heard about it, but it just happened yesterday afternoon. That is more Russian intrigue. Have you had it with the Russia stuff? I think everybody's just about sick of Russia. Nobody's even drinking vodka anymore. They're just going like, "I don't want to have a thing to do with Russia. This is so stupid." Are you getting sick of it?
I don't follow it enough to get sick of it.
Oh, good, fresh blood. Okay, you don't know what's going on. Yay! Then I'll give you my interpretation of the news. I'm not giving my opinion. I'm giving you what happened, Richard. I promise. This is just going on, and our listeners certainly want to be up to date, and we need to keep Jake the intern up to date with what's going on, so he knows in his country what is transpiring. And to believe the news, the media is telling the truth on Truthful Tuesday, or to believe they're not telling the truth, that is your prerogative as a listener to decide what you want to believe. But I'm just going to give you both sides of the story, and it's going to be so much fun when we come back from this break. I want to thank my sponsor, Wooten Financial Group. If you want to know more about them, be sure and go to irlonestar.com and go to my show page, The Cindy Cochran Show, and you'll have more information than you ever even thought you needed. Okay, we'll be right back on The Cindy Cochran Show, which you know is always real reality radio. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Every week I get asked the same two questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these two questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple, introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a one-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-5952. That's 936-449-5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
Hi, this is Cindy Cochran, and just want to thank you for listening. And remember, I'm live Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., and you can interact with the show through my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. It's real reality radio. Hey, give your ears a treat.
And we're back on The Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening and joining us today. On The Cindy Cochran Show, we talk about everything, anything. And anytime you would like to suggest a subject to keep me talking about what I'm going to talk about now, you're welcome to do that on my Facebook page. Go to and message me and say, "Shut up, I don't like what you're saying, or
I think Dick's typing that message right now.
Can Jake monitor my Facebook, or does he?
You need to make him a person on it.
Oh, I do. I thought he would just take your place as the
Nothing
person on
but
there. Okay. Jake, you need to be able to see this as it goes by. It's so funny because who's going to jump on this immediately? Of course, is going to be.
He doesn't know his fans' names.
Yes, I do. Yes, I was thinking Don Wilson, and Dennis O'Connor loves this because he used to call all the time. He would call when we had call-ins, and he would call with different voices, thinking I wouldn't know it was him. But he can do any voice he wants to. But anyway, he couldn't stand to. He couldn't stand whenever I talk about housewives or anything like that. When he was working next door at the Crichton doing sets and stuff, and he would walk past the window out here with signs saying the end is near, and then he would come over and I would be talking about the housewives, shows, and he would act like he's putting the rope together and he puts it around his neck and then hangs himself, and it's like, shut up. So I miss those days, Dennis. That was funny when you would do that. I hope that you're listening, Dennis, and I hope you got to have, yesterday, Dennis was upset because last Monday I wasn't here for the Whodunit show, and he said, "I was all ready for a good murder." So, but yesterday was great. I loved the scene. It was wonderful. I can't give it away either because people that want to listen to the podcast.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say that. I'm going to go back and while I'm working for Dick for the rest of the day doing paperwork and computer work, I'm gonna go
binge?
back and go back and binge the Monday shows.
I love that. That's so great to do that kind of research, and then you'll get caught up. And,
I'll be prepared for next week.
I got really close. I was. You'll be so impressed at what I was able to figure out yesterday. But just on the clues he gives us, and then you try and become the detective and ask what a detective would want to hear. Okay, so I'm hoping that that we can say this and just say it honestly. This is what happened, and I want Jake. This will be a good test to see what your impression is, and if you feel like I'm giving too much of my opinion, be sure and let me know. I know that Richard has a sign for me.
Richard,
that he
do
does.
We have a buzzer that I can just go?
He has a sign that he does when he show him the sign that you do for me when you know that. No, not that sign. That's whenever you just. It's just in general. I'm talking about show the sign. No, this means.
Oh, you're walking the thin line.
You're walking a thin line.
Well, I mean, you complain how there's so many rules. There's literally 2 rules. That's it.
That's a lot
There's
of rules.
only 2 rules?
Yeah.
That you mean religion and politics?
Yeah.
I came on the show.
No cussing too, right?
I came on the show because
Well, that's kind of understood.
No, the 2 things I love to talk about are politics and religion. I love to talk about that. That's
why I encourage you to do your own podcasts outside of the radio.
You mean quit? You
no,
mean
like do an additional one.
Do additional ones,
Yeah.
and then I can rant as much as I want. Okay.
I think that's doable for you.
So you could have the Cindy Cochran Show, which airs FM normally and as well on all of our social media, and then you could have Cindy Cochran Unfiltered.
Oh, I was going to say the dark side.
The
Okay,
dark side,
unfiltered.
Yeah. Unfiltered or the dark side, yeah.
Already people listen to me think I'm unfiltered because they go like, she couldn't be any more unfiltered. And that's what she says comes out of her mouth. We never know. But, yeah, I would like the after hours. After hours.
After hours with Cindy Cochran. There you go.
With Cindy Cochran. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so.
Russia.
All right, Russia. Now, we all know that Trump fired the FBI director, Jim Comey. You know that part.
Yes.
Okay. And Jim Comey, and so the Democrats had just weeks, maybe months before, just trashed this guy and said he doesn't need to be the FBI director and all this, just and just couldn't stand him because they believe that he was the reason that Hillary lost. And so, besides the Russians, it was that. Now wait, Richard. people that are up to date what's going on, they love this stuff. They love being able to drive down 45 and listen to things like this that keep them calm. Um, so, so anyway, so Donald Trump, I really believe, thought that the Democrats would love him for firing this guy, and he had been before the Congress, maybe a week before, and he didn't do a good job in that, and so it was kind of like straw that broke the camel's back, and he was going to fire him. He gets the recommendation because he has his deputy attorney general lay out the reasons why he should be fired, and then the attorney general that concurs. And so they put this out, and the media just jumps all down his throat about doing something like this. And it was just, they supposed it was surmised that it was because of the Russian investigation was getting too close, and they were thinking that this is why that he fired him, even though Trump had said that Comey, the FBI director, had said that he was not part of the investigation. He was not being investigated. Well, of course, the media didn't believe that. Now, the media, I believe, is totally free game. Is that okay for me to say what I think of the media, Richard?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes. Anyway, so the media took this and spun it around so fast that it
Well,
was
I think
like
you got to be
dizzy.
careful, though, as being a credible source as yourself. You
Yes.
can't just say media.
Well, I'm going
Because
to.
the media is a broad term today.
No, you're so right. Okay, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, and
Fox and everybody, right?
well, Fox has more of a leaning of they kind of cover both. They try to cover both sides of it, and they have people that are Democrats on there and people that are
I
Republicans.
think it would be interesting to see a statistic if they could do basically kind of like a Google trend
Yeah.
of what they talk about. Because I would say, I can't imagine being a news producer 24/7 for those channels.
Well,
Right.
not
Well,
even
they
just what they
repeat.
talk about too. Also, who talks about it, because you get some web or news channels that
Right.
focus or get opinions from both sides on there and do a sort of debate
Right.
style
Right.
television show, and then you get those. I mean, I always associate Fox and NBC CNN as the polar opposites that just hold one side views.
You're right, but it's so funny because they try. I mean, it's like CNN will have one person from the Republican Party or something to try
And Fox will have one from the Democrat side,
yeah.
and it's
and
like,
everybody
yeah.
beats up on that one person, and it's kind of they bully the people into,
Well-
submission.
Well, I have a question for Jake. Because my generation and your generation, getting their news sources, especially with YouTube, there's a growth for personalities. So imagine a personality like Dan Brockhoff or Bill O'Reilly, like who's a personality. Like that guy was
Right.
in the news for whatever. People our age now are starting their own channels
Right.
by themselves
That's right.
and doing their own interpretation of news and interviews. And it's interesting to see where the growth is for those, because I mean, some of those people are making money from it.
Well, and the bloggers that took over, and like Bernie Sanders people were all in that alternative media world.
And I think most of my generation comes into the fact where it's all social media based, where they're not sitting down and watching Fox News.
Right.
They're watching those 15 to 30 second clips of what
That's right.
Fox News is saying,
Well,
or what CNN's saying.
Have you ever heard of Philip DeFranco?
Yeah.
So Philip DeFranco is a YouTube person. He's been on YouTube for several years. He has over 5 million people who subscribe to him.
Yikes.
So if you think about the numbers of his audience compared to the media, who you just kind of blandly said, the media.
Yeah.
To me, his numbers are more significant than, say, CNN. CNN's numbers aren't as
No.
impactful as this one guy, to me.
No. Well, Fox has
And-
always led in the numbers
Well,
part,
he's
but-
even more popular than Fox.
but there's like 3 million, would be a top number, and so if he has 5 million,
Yeah, he's
followers,
5 million followers.
That's great. I mean,
And his show is, the reason I bring him up is he made an announcement. He's starting his own news network because he became popular. Because what he would do reviews of the week and talk about topics and have sources to back it up.
right.
And that's one thing I liked about him. His editing was really quick, so it's like perfect for the younger generation who's ADD, can consume the information within 15 minutes of his show. And so a 15-minute show of his would be like an hour program on Fox.
Right.
And his interviews, he wouldn't do too many interviews, but he would do more of a presentation of the facts. And to me, he was always in the middle. Would you say he's in the middle?
Yeah, I would say he's more in the middle, and he does a pretty unbiased, presentation of the news. And the other benefit of it too is, those major networks, they sit there and they hound and they recap over the same stories, and it's just 20 different people talking about the same thing.
That's
and same information. This guy basically takes all of that stuff and then compresses it into one quick presentation of one guy, one recap, unbiased.
Well,
and
it got me thinking, is being a producer of any type, he's like, I want to do a news, he wants to move into making a news network. And I'm thinking, all right, so if you think of a 24-hour news network that Cindy watches, how many hours of news do you watch a week? Probably 10?
What? Oh, more than that.
More than that. So
Yeah.
think about what you're trying to produce for 10 hours for Cindy. And now it's on demand.
Right.
So you don't have to sit there and wait for the next ridiculous claim or whatever interview.
But you still feel like, if you're watching it, that when they break in with new news, because it's like this week, 2 times they've broken in with these big stories of things that they say, like, now here's what's happened today, and I want to give you the sources, and like you're talking about, you're very sensitive to the sources. Who was the source that said this? Okay, the Washington Post puts out the story that Trump has revealed highly classified information to Russian, the visitors, who was the prime minister, the ambassador, and one of the head guys came in, and that he revealed highly sensitive classified information. It was a lie. It was a lie if you consider the sources. The person that said they got it from a source in the White House.
Well, it's always, didn't we talk about this earlier, where when did it become, in a journalistic point of view, to be able to have the integrity of, it's okay to say unnamed sources, because that's if you got the evidence.
Right.
Instead of he said, she said.
And they
so
don't.
Back in the day when you had unnamed sources, that's because you're protecting them. And that's when it becomes, that's sometimes the bigger story of who they're trying to protect. But they also had the evidence. They had a piece of paper. Or they had something that was incriminating.
Yes, hard.
But now
evidence.
It's just more of like, BuzzFeed reported this, so go to BuzzFeed for my source. And BuzzFeed's like, I got it from the Washington Post. Go to the Washington Post. It's like a circle.
And you find out.
It's almost a strategy where you can create any news you want.
You can say anything they want to. This is amazing. Now, when we come back from this break, I do want. And then I'm going to give you what the sources that are contradicting this. And do you believe these sources, or do you believe a Washington Post unnamed source? Okay, we'll be right back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Oh, yeah, we're getting to the news. Yeah, we're getting down to the bottom of it. We're going to find out. We're going to give you a whole different outlook on this, because you're going to be listening to this if you watch the news all day long. All right.
Which you do.
No. Yeah, that's what I do. The Cindy Cochran Show, real reality radio on Truthful Tuesdays. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
This is Cindy Cochran. I just wanted to thank you for listening. I know your ears will thank you for the experience. And don't forget to listen live when you can, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. The Cindy Cochran Show, real reality radio.
Every week I get asked the same 2 questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these 2 questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a 1-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-5952. That's 936-449-5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. And we want to thank our sponsors, Wooten Financial Group. They're the reason that we're here right now, besides Richard Schissler. Yes, it's all because of his very astute, ability to see
And Jake.
talent. Oh, and Jake. And
You got to give props to the engineer all the time.
always the engineer.
I'm
that's
a, I'm
so
a minor cog in this giant wheel.
Oh no, you're not. You are major. I hope your parents are listening. Do they listen?
I don't know, to be honest.
You need to tell them.
You know what's surprising? A lot of people don't know they can listen online.
Well, both my parents know that they can.
Yeah,
I
so
just don't
it's-
know why. I don't know if they do or if they don't. I doubt they did.
I try to make it as easy as possible for people. Like, there's a little bar at the bottom if you don't have ad blocker, but there's a button at the top that says tune in now.
My parents just don't love me. That's the case.
Mom,
You know-
you don't love me.
They're afraid. They need to know that you're on the Cindy Cochran Show. I take really good care of you, and I make sure that you get enough mouth time.
They're super proud of me. I mean, they love
Yeah.
that I chased my dream and that I've got, the jobs I currently have. And I had another interview for another radio station company yesterday. That's why I wasn't here. And so
What?
they're super proud of me.
Wait a minute. You're letting him interview with other people?
Yeah.
Oh no!
I said chase your dreams, bro.
No. This you have realized the dream. The dream has come
I'm
true.
not leaving, Cindy. I promise.
Okay.
Even if I take that job, I'm not leaving.
Well, I think the beauty of here is you have the flexibility to do whatever you want.
Well, and that job's nights and weekends, so.
Oh, it's nice and weekends.
Yeah.
Do they still pay $6 an hour for that? Oh, okay. All right. I remember because I wanted to be in radio all my performing life. I just wanted to be on radio. That's all I wanted to be on. And I thought if I get on television, I can get on television, and then maybe I can get on radio because then I'll get to know people. And the people in radio saying we want to be on television. Why would you?
Well, now's the perfect time to really get into TV and radio.
It's easier to get into now,
Yeah.
I think, than what it once was because you can do everything at home to get your start and then advertise yourself that way. I actually advertised for this station in your show yesterday with the lady I interviewed, and I told her, yeah, you should tune in because they do some pretty cool stuff down there at Lone Star Community Radio.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're so cool here.
Awesome. Well, what can we tell what station it is? Oh, we can't. Okay.
It's just
So
so
she's
cool.
listening to my show, right? Okay, fine.
I'm hoping she is.
You're on that show. Don't mention her name. Well, listen, I want to say because I was teasing. If anybody remembers the tease, was who the sources were, and do you believe the people that were there? McMaster was there. And he is the guy that's head of the national security, and he was there, and he said nothing was revealed. They were talking about
Yeah, but this is also coming
counterintelligence.
from like the official source. Do you really
Wait,
believe the
wait.
official source all the time with
Wait.
that kind of stuff?
Do I believe? And then Rex Tillerson, who's there. Rex Tillerson.
Yeah, I totally believe that guy.
Listen, I believe that guy. Everything that comes out of his mouth. He is the most stoic guy. That's like, I don't put up with any of this.
Yeah, we
you
work
know
for
what?
Exxon. They
And
denied any type of effect on the environment for the past like
He
40
worked-
years.
You know what's so funny is that he has been in, colluding with the Russians for Exxon for a long time, so he knows how to collude. But the deal is that once he came over to Trump's side and became this, the ambassador type of person, not ambassador, but the Secretary of State, which kind of goes around and brings everybody together and let's get this stuff, let's get this lined out so that we all can get together and get over each other. But I think that he's just very, to me, so intelligent. I love to listen to him. He's very intelligent, and he knows his stuff. He knows these people. He knows the players. He knows how the game is played and all that. So, but he was there. He was there. They have 3 people that were there that all said the same thing. Nothing like that happened. They talked about how they can gang up on ISIS and get rid of ISIS. That they're talking about the problems that the Russians are having with ISIS as well as anybody else. And that's what they talked about. And where somebody said that they got that he revealed some highly secretive, classified information. What's funny is because why they're all upset about classified information now, Jake, is because with Hillary, it was no problem. She didn't mean to. There was no intent. It was okay. She didn't mean to. So if Trump would just come out and say, I didn't mean to say anything wrong. If I said anything wrong, I sure apologize. I'm so sorry. But it's so funny. This just keeps repeating itself over and over. And you feel like, is this the same thing that just happened? Last year we had all this business. And it gets to be ridiculous. Like everybody that is, now the hypocrisy is synonymous with politics. And I understand that. And we're having a whole lot of it. But it's just funny. The meltdown that happens on media, and I'm talking about mainstream media, the meltdown that happens and how, these people are saying, what do the Russians have on Donald Trump? They have something on him. They must. What is he going to do to jeopardize our security because they have something on him because of all these things that keep happening with the Russians? Well, they're trying. It seems to me, if you step back, way back, and look at this picture, that there is. You feel like you don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, a conspiracy theory.
A conspiracy theorist.
Okay, so
Yeah, you said
just didn't right coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just my mouth.
Yeah.
But that you don't want to be that, but you sure do get the feeling that if I was out there and I didn't listen or look at, like, watch C-SPAN for something that actually happens in real time, and then, okay, you heard what they said and you decide what they say, and not the spin that the media will give it, you feel like everybody in this world hates Donald Trump.
So to recap,
I think that's always been the case, though, since he's been young. I'm just letting everyone know that.
yeah, I mean that's it's a common theme, that's for sure. But so to recap for my ignorance,
Yes.
we have one side saying that he leaked information, and that side is coming from the news. And
That's
then we
right.
have one
And
side
Washington
that's saying,
Post.
yeah, correct, Washington Post. And then we have one side that's saying,
The people that were there.
that
yeah.
were saying, no, nothing was actually disclosed
this was
or
not-
released.
Everything he did was legal. He has the right to, if he wanted to declassify something, he could declassify it. But he did not reveal or uncover something that the Russians could take back and do harm to us.
Here's what I
No
don't
take-backs, guys.
Here's what I don't like about politics is that I don't have a way to accurately say, yes, this side is right, or yes, this side is wrong.
Well, then you have to look at the track record of the media and the things that they have said that have come out, and those things were disputed. They have not uncovered one bit of evidence that Trump's campaign was colluding with the Russians. Flynn was the only person who would talk to them, and he fired him. Trump fired him, General Flynn. And so this is what just drives you crazy, is that they're making you think that they have something on Trump. He's being investigated, and he's ready for impeachment. Maxine Waters keeps saying.
Well,
gonna
what's
impeach him.
interesting is the reverse role, with the same mentality with, say, Hillary Clinton.
Right.
It could be the same exact thing, even though there's a little bit more evidence and talk through Congress, because there's an actual report written
Right.
by Congress, and you find all these things out when the
And they
FBI
have
reports.
They have
But
the
really, the
declassified.
question you ask yourself, Cindy, is like, and this is, if anyone has a chance to read The Watchmen, it's a comic novel. Basically, the idea they ask is who watches The Watchmen.
Right.
And it's a great look at today's world where we have so many people doing so many things that are horrible, but there's no authority to do
Yeah.
anything about it, in the sense of, like, it's like the domino effect. Everyone's afraid of it. So if one person goes down, the whole thing will fall.
We do feel helpless.
And
You're right.
it's as a citizen of the United States, you don't know the impact that will have. There are some economists and things like that will say this is what's going to happen if this turns and this turns and this turns, and the power level, who's going to have the power. And one thing we have to do as voters is follow up with our people who we vote for
That
in
is
Congress, who are in
exactly
charge
right.
of these investigations, and especially people arguing about the FBI director, who should it be. And it's like, we just need to have competent governors. And when I
Right.
say governor, I mean like people who govern
Leaders,
things,
yeah.
who want to do the best they can for the country. So,
Well, what knocked everybody upside the head in the establishment and in the media, the mainstream media, was Donald Trump winning. Because you saw them all the way up to 9 o'clock that night, knowing Hillary had this, and how much fun they made of him and all that stuff, and had no clue of the pulse of the nation of what they were going to do.
Like I said, I don't watch a whole lot of news, but watching that night, watching the election night, watching both CNN and Fox, and just to see their faces and their reactions as one state after another, and then a key state, and then another key state, and just to see their reaction of,
It was like
oh my goodness, Trump is actually going to win.
and it was the
this."
first time we saw the power of the vote. Like, I think a lot of people feel like,
I don't think that was the
I
first
don't need
time.
to go.
Not the first
No.
time, but I would
Well,
say
no,
it's,
I'm talking about it was huge because it was not what they were predicting. The polls were all wrong. Everybody was all wrong. But the people went out and stood in those lines for hours to go vote, and because they had it. And so you saw the power of when people, you mess with them too long, and it's been a long time since they've been messed with like this, and they said, we're going to change this. And they saw that there is a power. You never take a vote for granted. You go vote. You go stand in that line.
Well, but it only pays off though if Trump comes through, right? I mean that's the only way that we reinforce this fact that yes, okay, your vote mattered and it counted and,
right.
and it got Trump in. Now it's got to actually produce something, otherwise then it's a waste.
And the Republicans said, "Give us the House, give us the Senate, and we'll get this all turned around." Well, what happened was a lot of people just the Republicans don't want Trump to succeed, because then he's going to prove that the establishment can be turned on its head, and we still will be okay.
As Republicans, you mean the Republican Party itself?
Republican Party itself.
See, I don't believe that. I said they never officially. There's been Republicans themselves going against the grain, and of course, there's been the chairman of the Republican Party but then he kind of changed. He changes every time. There's whoever's winning, what side you're going to be on. But you can't make those grand statements, Cindy. You can't. There's plenty of Republicans who support the current administration.
No. I'm talking about the ones that.
Yeah, but you can't say the
Republicans.
Republicans.
Okay.
You can't just say the Republicans.
I'm talking about the ones that are fighting against Trump succeeding. There's some Republicans that don't want him to succeed because he will.
There's a lot of people who don't want him to succeed.
Well, I understand that. I'm just saying he's trying to keep all of his promises. He's gone in there to do that, and if he will build that wall, and he will get the tax return, our taxes down. That will be great, and our health care back. We're good.
You're giving your opinion there, so you can't be doing
that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
you didn't just walk the line.
That.
You jumped off the cliff.
Allegedly.
No, be the judge and say strike that.
I think Cindy's putting her property up for grabs to build the wall on. So she's going to be the first person.
No, I'm just saying the president has to keep his promises, and he'll be reelected. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. All right. Listen, you listen to the Cindy Cochran Show, real reality radio, and it's Truthful Tuesday, and I'm telling the truth from my perspective. Okay. All right. We will be right back. Don't go away.
Every week I get asked the same two questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these two questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a one-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-5952. That's 936-449-5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
Hi, this is Cindy. Thank you for taking the time to snuggle up with a good computer and a latte grande and listen to the Cindy Cochran Show, having fun with the world's news and local happenings in your own backyard.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening. And, of course, we thank our sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group. Wooten Financial Group, WOOTTON. Just to make sure you know that it's Wooten. I love that we're talking about political stuff. I think that, that it's so we make ourselves at least relevant in some fashion of what's going on. And if you disagree, I love people who disagree with me. You can message me on my Facebook and say, Cindy, you are full of it, and you don't know what you're talking about. And you have to be from New York to disagree with me. But I think that, if you have something you want to talk about or you think that is just ridiculous and you want to make sure that we have your opinion on, we will definitely do that. If you don't like what I'm talking about, that's fine. I love it. I'm just trying to say what is happening and what it looks like on TV and what it comes across as to me. And maybe it does to you as well, and that's great. And maybe you have a different angle on it. And let me know. It's fine. The Cindy Cochran Show, message me. Okay, now, we started, And you missed this. Were you? Yeah, you missed us doing live streaming. Were you here when we did live stream?
Yeah, I was here.
That's right, you were. And we just did that one day, and then it didn't work. That was last Friday.
Yeah, it was last Friday. We had a little issue in the second show, so we kind of just said no.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna
okay.
fiddle around with it more, and then once we get
I
it
hope we
kind of
can.
foolproof,
Yeah.
then we'll have it back up for all the listeners.
Yeah,
That
the
was
main
so
issue with it,
fun.
if you really want to get technical with it, is with if people watch it online, the little bumps you see, those bumps sometimes happen on the recording too. So when we actually edit it and put it out for the TV part on RCTV, there's still little bumps. And to me, I'm a quality control person. I'd rather have the best quality out and just not. So that's why we're not doing it.
But it wasn't a bad,
Yes.
a bad test run. We know where we know where we're at now.
It was
so.
really good. And Don Wilson and Dennis O'Connor met each other online through the chat room that's on the live stream. So you can do that at home. Huh? You can just do your own show at home if you have a camera.
Yes, if you have a camera, if you have a microphone of some sort. I mean, that's what modern people do.
That's what people do, Cindy. Hello. No, my daughter showed me the friend of hers that sells things on her Facebook, and she's streaming, and she's showing. She comes up the camera and said, "Now this little number here is up, and sells stuff." And so my daughter went online and she goes, "Hey, Samantha, it's good to see you." And she thought, "How did you know I was here?" And she said, "Because she came up on the chat or showed that she had just logged on."
You know you can chat on our player, right?
You can do what?
You can chat on our player. If you go to ourlinster.com and you tune in live, there's a button when you hit the menu. There's a little chat button. Chat with our listeners.
Oh, you can? You can do that? Well, then how would I? Oh, the listeners can chat among
You just
each
have
other.
to figure out how to go to it. And I showed you before, and I was like,
No, you have. No, you
about
have.
3 years ago. Yeah.
How many years ago?
3 years ago. We've always had it.
Dude, I'm so proud that I remembered your name when I came in the room today. 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Yikes! You know better than that.
Well, that's why we push people on Facebook.
Yeah, that's
because you know how to use it sometimes.
Right.
So.
Shut up, Jake. If I gotta find a clip that goes, "Shut up, Jake."
No, we gotta find the "Shut up, Richard" first.
We've got to. Have you been looking? You gotta look for that.
I've got other
You have other things to do. School is getting ready to start for Richard. Oh boy, and no, the summer's gonna go by like that. It's gonna go. You got to start school in August, right?
I just finished a week ago.
You said Richard. It's Jake. You said Richard starts school.
I was saying Richard. He's going to start school, and the summer's going to
okay.
go by like
Sorry.
that. And you will be.
I got
in
12
school.
weeks until that.
Is that all your summer is? Is 12 weeks? Oh, poor baby. Okay. Well, we're going to just wring out everything of you, trying to get all of you we can during the summertime.
Well, I'm planning on staying past when I start back up.
Going to school? You'll
yeah.
still be here?
Yeah, that's the game plan. I mean, most of my classes will be online, so.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Yay. We love Jake here. So
Well, Jake's starting the show with us.
I know.
So I hope he sticks around.
Did you come up with a name yet?
Yes, we have a name, but I'm putting together the graphics right now, and then once all
That's what we're working on today.
Yep.
So you want to reveal that later?
Yeah. Once we finalize everything, and I know for a fact what our name is and what day, and we put together liners and promos for it, then I'll be.
He also went on like a 10-day bender when the Rockets got kicked out of the. It's a sports show. We can't say that.
Yeah, we can
And
say
he didn't go on a 10-day bender. I'm just
No.
kidding.
It
Well,
hasn't even
2
been 10 days.
Yeah,
But,
I realized my math didn't add up. I'm like, man, the Astros are #1. Yeah.
but I did go to Galveston this past week and get some sun. I look pretty good, I think.
You do. Yeah. See, he's worried about that camera shot that he had. It was so pale looking. So, okay. All right. So I guess now you're expecting me to say tomorrow is Wednesday. So I hope that you'll be here Wednesday.
It is.
And I just hope I have somebody I want to talk to. I want to talk to this guy, Ron, and talk about Red Brick and his association with the new
He works
restaurant.
hard. I met him and his wife, and they work hard, especially during the Americana Festival.
Right.
It's good food. And they won that burger deal, which is hilarious because there's so many food places in the Woodlands, and the best burger
And
apparently is here, right in downtown Conroe.
You're better
Wait,
than
no, they have a big old trophy.
Wait, the Burger and Beer Festival?
Yeah, the Burger Throwdown. Yeah, it happened beginning of the month.
And have you ever been to Grubs in
Yeah.
the Woodlands? Have you ever been to Grubs?
Maybe that's what you should do. Is you should call all these places, Cindy, and
No.
get them to come in and bring us food,
Well,
and we can
Decide.
make sure that was the best result from the throwdown.
well, Grubs is pretty good. They're better than Grubs. That's great. Oh, it's right across the street from us.
Mhm.
And but I went over and met Rick, who's going to be the general manager of that restaurant.
What
And-
restaurant are you talking about? Grubs?
No,
Or you're talking about
the one that's across the street. Do you know the name of it?
yeah, Pacific Yard House.
What?
Pacific? Because the road Pacific's right here behind the station. Yard House.
Yard House.
Instead of
A yard
room
house.
it's a yard.
I never heard of a yard house. That's interesting. That must be brand new. Pacific Yard House. Okay, well Ron is helping Rick. Ron from Red Brick is helping Rick from Yard House, and I thought that was so great, so generous of him. So I want to talk about how all the restaurants around this area are working together to try and help each other, and what a family they are. What a family. It's so great. Okay, guys, you have been listening to the Cindy Cochran Show with Richard Schissler and with Jake the intern. And we'll be back tomorrow with more fun things to talk about. Oh, yeah, and if you want to suggest something, go to my Facebook page. And remember, this show, if you missed one golden word of it, will be on YouTube soon. All right, we will talk to you soon tomorrow, 10 to 11, every day, every weekday. I'm here. Guys, enjoy your day. Have fun. Make somebody happy. You'll be even happier. It's just so weird how that works out. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hi, this is Cindy Cochran, and I want to thank you for checking out The Cindy Cochran Show and invite you to listen live every weekday morning from 10 to 11 on FM 106.1 and on 104.5 and globally on irlonestar.com. The show you just fell in love with was recorded and will be posted on our podcast channels on iTunes and Google Play. You can even watch the show on our YouTube and on TV with our City TV Channel 12 on Suddenlink. So make sure to subscribe to keep up with me. My Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show, is always a good place to contact me through messages, to interact live on the air and ask questions, make suggestions, whatever. Special shout out to the show title sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group.
This program is sponsored by the Wooten Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wooten Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wooten Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wooten Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wooten Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wooten Financial Group, or any of their representatives.